Happy Tuesday, everybody. It is bitter cold here in the mid-Atlantic, 21 degrees. It's cold enough for me. I don't think I'm going to the beach today, but maybe if it gets to 25 or 26 degrees, I might hit the beach. Yeah, not. I watched a fascinating documentary last night, and I wanted to talk to y'all about this. And it was about, there's a pretty good amount of Muslims that are coming to Jesus, that are accepting Jesus, and the way they are doing it, it's all the same. You know, Christ is coming to them in visions. He's coming to them in dreams. And they all pretty well much said basically the same thing about how he approached them, you know, in their dreams or visions, and how much love and the warmth, you know. I mean, most of them were in tears when they were, you know, speaking this. And, you know, a lot of these people, especially if they live in Islamic nations, you know, they could be put to death if this, you know, were to come out. But I believe, they didn't say, but I believe most of them were not in them nations anymore, or never had been. But nonetheless, you know, there is Christians in Muslim nations, and they are literally putting their lives on the line for Christ. And I think about that, and I think, would you do that? Would you, you know, put yourself in that situation? That's a good question to think about today as you go about your daily activities. But seriously, this was fascinating to me, you know, and I pray that everybody finds Christ before they leave this earth, folks, because the alternative to not having Christ when you leave this earth is unfathomable. It's something that I don't even want to think about. But I will say this. If you think about in the Bible the story about Lazarus and the rich man, and, you know, how the rich man was sent to hell, basically, and was begging for just a drop of water on his tongue, you know, begging to go back to tell his brothers not to come to this place, but it was too late. And I think about that, and that was thousands of years ago, ladies and gentlemen, and that rich man is still in hell right now, as I'm making this video, suffering a punishment that none of us could ever imagine. Think about that, you know, and all these people from back in Jesus's time that denied Christ, they're in hell, and they've been there all that time, and they're going to be there for eternity. So I'm happy that these people have found Christ. I just pray more do before it's too late. God bless. Have yourself a wonderful Tuesday. Stay warm. Bye-bye.